What is going on, everyone? RileyGotGrails, and today I have a different type of video for you guys. So typically I'm making videos analyzing the sneaker market, discussing recent trends, giving you guys tips on how you can be like on your A game when it comes to reselling. But I wanted to make a video talking about something that I think that is equally important, and that is mindset. And when discussing mindset today, I wanted to dive into defining success and what success looks like. So I think success has kind of turned into a buzzword for becoming rich. I think a lot of people have started tying success to wealth now, just because you see so many people trying to sell you courses, and their main selling point is that they have a Lamborghini or something that's monetary or physical that kind of makes them a successful person. And while we can all agree that wealth is a good indicator of success, I don't necessarily think that it is the indicator. And what I mean by that is success looks different for every single person. For instance, you could have $1 million but not feel successful in the sense that you haven't accomplished necessarily anything in your life that you wanted to. For instance, my main goal in life is to just to get to a point where I can just take care of my family, take care of my friends, take care of myself, and be able to just, share my opinions with others and kind of, inspire others to pursue their dreams. That's always what I wanted to achieve, and that's what success would look like for me. And I encourage you, when you think about success, to kind of come up with your own definition that is not tied to something monetary or physical. I think it's just very important to, look at success in a way that isn't so physical or so tangible, because at the end of the day, you could be successful, you could be really, really good at making money, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll find fulfillment in what you do. You could be a successful person and make $0 a year. If you're traveling the world, if you're getting that fulfillment, you have succeeded in life. You have achieved something. You have achieved what you always wanted to do, and I think that that is truly a beautiful thing. Now, you might be asking, what does this have to do with reselling? Why would I kind of be encouraging you guys to define your success and whatnot? And the reason why I bring this up is because I think no matter what you do in life, no matter how big or how small, it's important to have an end goal. It's important to have an objective. It's important to, it's important to keep your mind sharp and straight on what you want to achieve. I think we can all agree that life is, society and life is filled with all these vices, all these distractions that might mask themselves as good things, success, but all they do is to deter us from the goals that we have. And when talking about reselling, I think it's just important to emphasize the idea that you shouldn't be reselling to make the most money. You shouldn't be reselling to become super, super rich, to be the most powerful reseller, to, gain a monopoly on the market. But you should be reselling for a greater purpose. Now, whether that's learning business skills, whether that's connecting with people, whether that's fulfilling your passion for clothing and sneakers like myself, no matter what it is, you should always have a deeper meaning to what you're doing. You shouldn't just be doing it to do it because you think it'll make you successful. And now that's really the point that I'm trying to tackle with this video. Recently, I've been thinking a lot about, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And I've always felt like I could always be doing more with my life. I've always felt that I've never truly been successful at what I do. And I think while ultimately that can be true in the sense that I'm not where I want to be at life yet, I think that you sometimes need to take a step back and look back and see how far you've come. So I used to have an internship at this local financial advising boutique when I was in high school. And one of the biggest things that I took from that is all the reading that they made me do that was on mindset, teamwork, team building, things like that. And on a base level, while it might seem a bit basic, it's important to listen to others, be a good communicator, whatnot. And one of the biggest things that I took from one of the books that I read is it was talking about how you can't measure how much further you have to go to achieve your goals, but if you look backwards, you can see how far you've come. I remember when I was just started reselling, I felt like there's more I could do with my time. I'm not successful. I'm not making money. I'm not doing anything. And now today, I still might feel the same way, but when I take a second to look back, I can see how far I've come. No matter how little you might feel like you've accomplished, no matter how down you might feel, I think it's always important to, take a moment, look back and see, just admire and appreciate how far you've come, because we all have achieved something. You have achieved something. No matter how little you might think it is still something, and something is better than nothing. Now, continuing on the concept of defining your success, like I said, we should all have our own goals that we want to achieve. We should all have our own definition of success, but with success comes discipline and motivation. So I think at the very top, we of course have success. Success is what is the end goal. Being successful is what we all want to be. But before being successful, we have to be disciplined. Discipline is the mindset and the attitude that no matter how badly you might not want to do something, no matter how badly you might want to give up, quit, how low you might feel, you never give up. You keep working at it, you keep trying your absolute hardest, and you never give up. You never allow the world around you to get to you, and you never, no matter what it is, you never give up on yourself. And before discipline, we have motivation. So the difference between discipline and motivation is more of a short-term thing. You could be motivated to run 10 miles tomorrow, however you might not feel motivated to run 10 miles the day after. I feel most people can be motivated yet lack the discipline to be successful at the end of the day. Like most of these side hustles that are sold to us nowadays, like drop shipping and print on demand, one thing that they fail to tell you is that you might be motivated in the moment to start that business. You might not be disciplined enough to continue it going to where you actually see the success that they see. And a lot of people will cut that out of these courses they're selling you, all this stuff. They make it look like it's all sunshine and rainbows, but they fail to tell you that they didn't get there overnight. They weren't successful within a day. It took them years of working, trying hard, learning from someone else, learning from the internet, learning from wherever they had to get to where they're at. They didn't just automatically become successful. Another really good saying that I hear all the time is, if you aim for the stars, at the very worst, you'll land on the moon. And what that's essentially saying is, if you set the bar really, really high, and maybe you don't make it all the way up there, and that's okay, you'll still end up somewhere up here. And somewhere up here is a lot better than somewhere over here. And at the end of the day, you know, I might just be saying a bunch of nonsense to you. This might not mean anything to you. But my goal with making these videos is to just try and inspire one person and try and just touch one person that might need that little extra push. That's always been my goal with, you know, the videos that I make. Not necessarily give you guys a cheat sheet on how to become the best reseller, because I'm not the best reseller myself, obviously. But I just want to give you guys that little extra push that you might need to turn your motivation into that discipline, and that discipline into your long-term success that you've always been looking and dreaming of. And you know, like I said, success is a concept that is just, success is an ever-changing concept. It's not something that I think we will ever fully be able to grasp. I think there's very few people in life that are truly